or hi if this is your first time. This is my floss tube for the week. I've got my new candle lit. This is peony and red apple. Oh, it smells delicious, but I'm going to put it well out the way because we know what happened last week in floss tube. So put that right down the back there. So how's everybody's week been? Have you had a good week, bad week, in between week? Have you got much cross stitching done, or crocheting, or knitting, or whatever you decided to do? Should we get straight into whips? I've got some whips to show you. Very tiny haul, and this is the World of Cross Stitch magazine for this month. Well, for February, but it comes out this month. I do apologise. Let me see if I can turn the volume off on that. It's having a little fit of its own, saying it's troubleshooting. Oh, it's just switched itself off. The kids are going to be happy. The internet system's just switched off. I'm terrible with Wi-Fi, terrible trouble with mobile phones, everything today. So we'll just see how we go. So I don't know if I get this uploaded today on Friday or not, but we will try. Right. I've got my little book with what I've been doing. I'm quite pleased with what I've done this week. I've really enjoyed it this week. So I'll start off with Pandemic. Hang on, we wrote that down wrong, because that doesn't belong there, that belongs over there. Where's my pen? That's got to be there, plus. That's it. Right, I've wrote all of my numbers wrong. I did Pandemic. So that's how far I'm in. So there you go. You can see that's the Long Dog Sampler Pandemic. So you go to www.longdogsampler.com to purchase this. But it was free beginning of last year when the pandemic first started. So I was lucky enough to get it. But I am just working up in that top corner, see? I'm on page 2. Now, some of you might have noticed that I had done a little bit of this down here. I had to frog it all back. And I'd started down here, which you hadn't seen. But I ended up having to frog all this and all this down here because I was one stitch out. And I thought if I leave it, it's going to make a difference everywhere else. So, but yeah, I am really pleased and really enjoying this. I'm not fast, but I don't care. And I have done 421 stitches on that this week. And I'm doing it with 500 DMC. So I'm really chuffed with that. Really chuffed. That's a really nice project to be doing. Right, we'll put that safely there out the way of my candle, because I forgot to say, for people that don't know or new to my channel, I light a candle every single YouTube that I do video, and that's to give prayers, thoughts, or positive thoughts to anybody that might need it, to know that somebody's lit a candle for them, because it must be horrible if you're on your own, you don't know where to turn, you don't think anybody cares about you. I care. I've lit a candle, yeah. And I always got candles lit, but I specifically always light one to let you know that somebody's thinking of you. So I'd better tell you that. Right, the other thing I've been working on is the Peppermint Purple Sal 2021. Now I am working on 2020, that one. So I haven't done any more on that, but I'm going to do some squares on this week. But I will do, because I want to finish week 3, because next Wednesday it'll be week 3 drop for 2021. So I'm going to do a week of this and a week of the 2021, and I'm going to work them alongside each other. And this is done on 14 count, and I dyed this with beetroot juice. Well, actually it was beetroot vinegar juice, because that's all I had in the house, and I wanted it to be like a pinky colour. Well, I can't remember even what I wanted it for, because this is an offcut of it. But, or I was practicing, I don't know. But I did that one. So that's the 2020. But this is my 2021 sal. I am really chuffed. So I've just today finished this row here. And then of course week 2 is up there, and I'm loving it, absolutely love it. This again is on 14 count, just white Ada, nothing special. I'm not sure whether I'm going to do the border out, because I think I might leave that to the end. I don't know, because I don't know how I'm going to frame them or what I'm going to do with them yet. But yeah, but I think it looks alright, doesn't it? What do you think? It's not bad, is it? So I've only got that bit to finish. So I'm doing the bit of the black work when I'm not feeling up to doing anything really tricky. So that's that one. Just carefully move them over there from the candle. Now this one I'm dead chuffed. It doesn't look like I've done an awful lot, to be fair, on this one. But this is my Dark Queen of the Seas Sal. And this is by Autumn Lane Stitchery. And Under the Sea Fabrics, Leslie. So it's Aaron and Cassandra Houston that are doing Autumn Lane Stitchery, and then Leslie from Under the Sea Fabric, she is doing the fabric. So that's how much I've got done. So I've got my fish done, got the body part 2, part 3 was the hands, and I'm on part 4, which is the hair, and part 5 dropped on the 1st of January. So yes, I'm behind, but I don't care, because it took me a long time to do the face. I still haven't backstitched her, but I think she looks absolutely stunning. And this is on 14 count. I bought the fabric from Under the Seas Fabric, and it's called Bewitched. And I love it. And it's all DMC floss at the moment, but there will be beads and specialist floss, which I got from Under the Seas Fabric as well. So on this one this week, are you ready for this? 690 stitches I've done on this. 690 stitches, can you believe it? That's just on doing the hair, because I did the face last week, didn't I? Yeah, I've done the face last week, because I've got the face done and some of the hair. So this bit here and here, 690 stitches. Doesn't look like it, does it? But yeah, but it's really starting to flow. But so I've been doing a bit of that, and I'm so chuffed with it. Look at her face. I'm so chuffed every time I look at it, even without the back stitching. I think she's stunning. Really pretty. And that's all I've done. That's all the stitching I've done this week. As I said, I'm not the fastest, so I've been just taking my time on that, taking my time on Pandemic and my and this. These take a while to do. I mean, some people knock them out in an hour, but it takes me a couple of hours to do one of those grids. But I'm new, and I don't care. I'll probably still do it taking a couple of hours when I've been doing it for 10 years. So I'll put that away, because we'll start a new page for next week. So that's all my whips on that. You know me, I don't do a long floss tube. I'm not a big talker. Right, this is my haul. 2 things. One, I bought myself a 4.5 O-ring something or the other. I don't know what it's called. One of these, you know, that sit nice in your hand. Bought this off Etsy. So that's my 4.5, and I've just ordered one off Amazon, 3.5, because I want to make a shawl. So I've bought my first yarn ever, as in proper hand-dyed yarn. I don't mean like supermarket or bargain buys yarn that I normally got for my granny blanket that I'm doing. I bought some of this. Can you see the colours in there? You can. Reds, oranges, yellows, greens, reds, browns, blues, dark blues, light browns, dark browns, light greens, dark greens. Every colour you can think of is in there. And it's not showing bad to light actually in there. So I bought my first. This was, I think it was £12 reduced to £9. So I only bought the one to start with, because I wasn't sure how I'd feel, because I've got a thing about stuff touching stuff, especially wool based stuff. This is 75% superwash wool and 25% nylon 4-ply. There's 100 grams there. So I wanted to feel it first, to feel if it was soft and how it felt against my skin. It didn't feel itchy, which it doesn't. So I have ordered another one because I need one of these, and then I think it's a quarter of another one to crochet a shawl. So I'm going to crochet a shawl, but I think I'm going to do, it says you can do it between this size wall. You could have between a 3.5 and a 4.5 needle, but 3.5 would be better, but you could go up to 4.5. So I got it. So I've ordered a 3.5 because I think it's quite fine. So, and I quite like it not too chunky on the shawl. But it's 2 shawls I'm looking at because they're gonna have to be starters because I'm learning to crochet. So I'm still on my granny square. My granny blanket's over there. I have gone round once in the pink, but I'm not going over to get it because it's right in the far corner. So I'm still doing that, and that's it. That's all I've done this week. Oh look, I mean things. Millie plaited my hair last night. She did this certain type of outside the thing plait or something. So I was going to take it out, and then I forgot. When I pressed record, I thought, oh, I haven't taken my hair out. So that's it, folks. That's all I've done. So what I'll do is I'll swap the camera around, and we'll open that and have a look at that together. Hang on. Okay, let's get into this bad boy. There's 148 new designs. Right, get rid of that rubbish over there. What's this? 60 new designs, a joy of kindness, a stitch love and positivity with our uplifting chart collection. Kindness will keep us together. Life is better with you. You mean the world to me. Be kind. Make pretty things. Stitching takes me. Hang on. I can't show you, but it's absolutely filled with the charts. Look, I just broke it down into simple, so you could break all these cards up. So basically what's on the front is in this booklet, but it's broke all these individually down, so you could swap them around, mix and match. That one might be a nice one to do, especially in everything that's going on in the world at the moment. Then we've got a pretty butterfly kit. Stitch this beautiful hanging to inspire you every day. Peace, grace, joy and love. And who doesn't like a butterfly? Felt frame, 14 count Ada, 12 lengths of threads, baker twine and the chart. But the chart's always in here, so we'll have a look at that. Can you see that all right? So the World of Cross Stitch, issue 303, February 2021, $6.99 plus your free gift. This is about £2 more expensive than the #1 for designs for cross stitcher, but I think this one has a little bit more of the designs in it, but most of the same designers are in both books half the time. Create a traditional shaker sample, heirloom piece, that looks nice. 1920s house, love panels, steampunk, Valentine's cards and family proverb. Family is where life begins and love never ends. That's very, very true. Leaflet on how you can get 50% off. Then the welcome page tells you all about it, and there's a competition there. Craft bundle. Win the ultimate craft bundle. Oh, must have to go onto that site and enter. That introduces you to everyone. This tells you every page what's on it. Oh, wrong one. And this is our fairy tales. Every month you get fairy tales. I've only done the Halloween one, and I did thoroughly enjoy the Halloween. I was going to do the Christmas elf, but I didn't get around to it. There was a New Year's Eve party mouse. I didn't get around to that either. But she is cool. Look, stay safe. So I might do that one and put it with my National Health heart that I did. The rainbow heart. That would look quite good with that. So that's that. Then embroidery kits, your exclusive gifts. Tells you all about what you were given. Then we've got just the two of you. I love these characters. I do. This is by Margaret Sherry. Margaret Sherry's artwork continues to be translated into cross stitch for us to enjoy. With her cheery smiley face and warm personalities, her cat and mice characters make delightful pictures to stitch and gift. And they do. They are absolutely gorgeous, aren't they? Just that little face, just done in a bit of back stitch. Looks beautiful, doesn't it? And the back stitch used to make the flicks of fur. Better not show you that. Oh, sorry, it's 40 hours. A cross stitch, fractionals and back stitch, an easy stitcher, beginner and advanced beginner. Then we have your letters. All off you people. I won't read them out because you'll have nothing to read when if you get the magazine. The 4 pages as usual. Ah, lucky little doggy. Little doggy stitch. That's so cute. Then this is quite nice. I quite like this sampler. This is by Leslie Tier. The Shakers were skilled craftspeople who emigrated to America in the 18th century. Their projects were beautifully executed, and this design with its muted colours and sense of space echoes their style and simplicity. It should take you 22 hours to stitch, cross stitch, fractionals, back stitch and French knots. And I've learned the trick now. If you can't do French knots, put a little seed bead in, which is a good tip. So these little things here, just put a little seed, sew a little seed bead in. Advanced beginner to intermediate, but I do like that. That is a pattern that I would definitely keep. I might change the alphabet out and put something else in there though. Write a little message or a date or something. I don't know. Oops. Then this is in the spotlight this week is Nia Rind. We chat to Nia about stitch and design and her love for colourful threads. So they talk to her all about what she designs, how she designs it, where she finds her inspiration and all that. And then this is her From the Heart. Simple motifs and blushing pink shades. This sweet sentiment is an uplifting treat ready for stitching. She says she likes floral heart, replaces a V in love. There. Why not add names to the bottom to personalise it? Romantic motifs make this perfect for a Valentine, engagement or wedding occasion. 20 hours, cross stitch, fractionals and back stitch and intermediate. That's quite pretty, isn't it? That is quite nice. Oops. Gotta stop, keep showing you the bloody patterns. Come on, we'll turn the page. Then our best buys. It tells you all about the best buys you can get out there and where you can get them, what they are. Ask the experts some questions and they will answer them. We've got Fiona Baker, Heather Nugent, Hannah Erkshine, Jenny Barton and Hannah Fletcher. Then Jenny Barton has done skaters design there. She said, somebody has said to her, I haven't been able to go ice skating this year and I really miss it. Please can you design me a chart showing people ice skating together? Somebody always writes in and asks her to do something and she does it there beautifully. And there's all questions and answers, where you can buy certain patterns, techniques that you can use. Then we have the Golden Age, 1920s, is it? Looks 1920s, doesn't it? Is it 1920s it said? I'm sure I read that somewhere. 95 hours to do this one. Cross stitch, fractionals, half cross stitch, blending, back stitch, French knots, beads, advanced. That's a bit more advanced for me. And that's by Maria Daz. That's a little bit too advanced for me with all that. I'd become well overwhelmed, but you lot out there would do it in no trouble at all. Oh, look, the Pet of the Month done by Doreen Jones. You can put a little Scottish Terrier, look. Oh, that's gorgeous. So there's the pack for that. So if you've got a Scottish Terrier, you might want to do that. There's some more pet ideas and where you can get it from. PDFs, usually. Then it tells you here where you can get the cross stitching magazine if you subscribe. So you've got the online, phone or post. And then we've got on the road signs. Get into gear for our signs and vehicle chart collection. Have a great adventure. Route 66 adventure. It's downhill from here. Stitch road signs and fun saying by Lucy Hinton to make cards and gifts for people who like going places. 40 quick and easy motifs that she's designed. Stitches for every skill level. Helpful tips and advice are included. So she's just showing you a few that she's done there on what you can do with the patterns that she's going to give you. So if you like that sort of thing, that'd be quite nice, a bookmark or something like that. And that rim thing around there. So yeah, we've got all that in there. Oh, all in there. Oh, in there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages. 6 pages of patterns. So that's worth it. Then we see a rainbow. Paint the world a little brighter with these eye-catching cross-stitch cards worked entirely in a whole cross-stitch. It is 7 to 10 hours per card, depending which one you do, and it's just all cross-stitch, and it's easy for a beginner. I quite like that one. I'm drawn to that one. That'd be quite a nice one to do. That, well, actually, when you look at them, I quite like them all. And they're done by Fiona Baker. Like they say, quick and easy. It's still 7 to 10 hours per card. So that's going to be probably 15 to 20 hours for somebody like me. So yeah, you've got all them 3 pages of patterns there. Now I do like this one. It says chalk it up. Put family at the heart of your home with a lovely sentiment on a chalkboard style hanging. Stitching time approximately 28 hours, cross stitch and back stitch. Ease of stitching beginner and advanced beginner, and it's by Lucy Heaton. She says, I loved working on this heartwarming sampler with my own family. Having welcomed our first 2 grandchildren, it couldn't be more apt. I hope you enjoy stitching to celebrate your family. I really like this one. And I've not Millie stitched on black because I bought some black for her for she's doing the holding hands. But I've never stitched on black, so that could be quite interesting to do. That would be really nice. Can you imagine hanging that up in your front room, your kitchen, your hall? Even your downstairs lavatory. It'd look nice. That's all the patterns. And then Little Princess. Make a special little person feel like royalty with an alphabet set of golden carriages, wands and crowns. Because every week they do a different set of alphabets in a different style. And this month it is princesses. And yes, there's rainbows, princess dresses, carriages, genies, kiss the old frog, hearts, you name it, it's there. Now this one I like because I like steampunk and I like the idea of this. Step back in time, grace your home with a steampunk inspired design that's elegant and tension grabbing and sure to draw admiring looks. 40 hours stitching, cross stitch, black stitch, French knots, and don't forget what I said about French knots, we can use beads, and it's an intermediate. I would have a go though, but I don't think I'd go for the French knots. I'd probably go for the beads. I began by sketching out the clock face and then played around with the placement of all the other elements until I was happy with the layout. It was fun to design, to work on, and I hope you enjoy stitching it. And that's Susan Bates that's done that one. I like steampunky things anyway, so that's quite up my street. Then you have your competitions. Then this is our Handmade, Beauty and Home. Just look at them soaps, look nice. I love homemade soaps. And here's some kits that you can buy, or if you enter their competition, you can end up winning them. I like that one. I like all of them actually. Oh, there. Oh, look, a little putty cat. Oh, look, holding. Oh, look, balloons. Actually, I like them all. And then for book lovers, we've got some bookmarks. Oh, wow, these would make lovely gifts, wouldn't they? These would make absolutely gorgeous. And she says to encourage kids to read. She's done these. I love this. This is by Ronan Norrie. 8 to 10 hours each. Cross stitch fractionals, half cross stitch, back stitch and French knots. I love that one. That's what one I would probably have had when I was a kid. I do like them a lot. Very nice. And then how to get hold of back issues, the stockists, where you can find them. If you're into sewing, fresh ideas for fabric on there. I've just started my sewing journey, so that's way out of my league. And then it's chart copyrights, things you know your rights when it comes to buying, sharing and stitching patterns. Let's take a look at this tricky issue. That's a good subject because we're all about copyright and making sure that people that are paid for their work. So I totally agree with all this. So that would be really worth. And there's some of the artists that have had trouble with people using their work without permission. I mean, we were talking about this last night, me, Millie and Grant, because somebody had used one of his, on Instagram, somebody had posted one of his pictures of, what was it? Oh, of the ram that he's just done. He's just carved a ram's head. And he found it popped up on somebody's page, and it did credit him. It just said at Twisted Acorn thing. It didn't say anything about it. It just come up on his post. So unless you actually click to read underneath, you would think it's this guy's. So Grant said, "Shall I say anything?" I said, "Yes." I said, because I said, "Yes, he's only. I don't think he meant to steal a photo. He's just showing the work that he likes." But I said, "It is polite to ask." And Millie pipes up. She said, "Yeah. Do you remember I'm doing my Japanese artwork, and there's a Japanese artist, well, the husband and wife I think they are, that she absolutely loves and the style of their work, and she wanted to recreate the piece of art. Do you know what? She emailed them asking their permission and showing them what she wanted to do and what pictures she wanted to do, and would it be all right to do it in her art book for her GCSE exams. And they very kindly, they did emailed her straight back within, I think, about a day because of the time difference, and said yes, they were willing for her to use it and to adapt it slightly if she wanted to. And they were really pleased that she'd asked their permission. She said, because a lot of people don't. And I thought, oh, well done, Mill. I said, I'm really proud. And she said, well, you've always drummed it into us about copyrights and asking permission to do something, you know. Because 9 times out of 10, for something like Millie's work, people will say yes. But as I said to Millie, if you don't ask, you don't get. And if they say no, well, you just don't use it. So next week, that's a church. Dressed to the nines. That would be nice for somebody who likes gardening, wouldn't it? The Welly Boots one. Shine Bright, that's a bit like stained glass windows. Map of the World. A rooster. Now I like that. 2-in-1 bookmark and card kit for you. That's quite nice. That must be the free gift, is it? Wonder if that's a free gift next week, next month. Like the fact that the cat's sleeping on there. Then again, as I tell you all, if you're new to cross stitching, new to my channel, I always show you the back page because it tells you exactly, on all these magazines, they tell you how to stitch. So if it's the first time ever, get yourself a cross stitching magazine. Go to the back and it will show you. This one's a bit more in depth than the other one I show, but this one shows you the type of needles and why you need this needle for which count. And then it tells you all about the fabric, the thread, the needles, how to actually do a cross stitch, how to start, how would you choose your project, how would you buy your material, all sorts of stuff like that. And they've even got the jargon busted down the bottom, which I like. You know, what's Zeta mean? What does long stitch mean? What does a skein mean? What does soluble Ada mean? Yeah. And then it even shows you here, gives you a little, oh, a little doggy, look. Gives you a thing of a little doggy, and then it shows you, transfers that. That's the chart you would get, and then it tells you how to read the chart, which I think is really helpful. So I think that's an excellent idea. So everything you need to know is in here. And then finishing off with a little take a break, do a crossword, do a little one of those. I can't think what they're called. What are they called? Sakudos. That's it. and then enter your competitions. And also, so if you live in a foreign country and you can't get hold of this, you can get hold of it digitally on Amazon, Kindle Fire, Google Play, or available on the App Store, and you can download an issue of this as well. So with that, and again, you always have heritage crafts on the back of these magazines. So let me know what you think. Was there any in there that you like? I always say, if you can find at least one pattern that you like in one of these books, the book's paid for itself, the magazine's paid for itself. Although it's $6.99, most patterns you get around that mark. So, and there's a few in here that I like. I like the sampler, I like the love, I like the steampunk clock, I like the family. So this is more than paid for itself. So I've got 4 or 5 patterns in here that I absolutely like, and at some stage hope to be able to do. So with that said, if you haven't subscribed and you fancy sticking around, I'd love to have you. Subscribe button's down below. There's also a notification button that if you press it, it'll let you know when I go live, which is on a Sunday. When I upload videos, which is definitely on a Friday for my flosstube. Saturday's my whip and chat. And then in the week, it can be colouring, cross-stitching, a haul, cooking, or it can be anything and everything. Whatever you can think of crafty wise. Oh, making my project bags, whatever, I'll put up in the week. Oh, and unboxing, diamond painting, unboxing stuff for cross stitching. Could be anything. There's also my social media down below, so if you want to have a chat, a comment, ask me a question, if you'd like me to review something, look at something, show you something, put it all in the comments down below, or contact me privately on my social media. I've also got my Happy Mail form down below, because I do send Happy Mail out. I sent some out this week. She received it today. I think she's chuffed with it. But I have to have your name and address in my Happy Mail to do that first. And also my Patreon, if you'd like to help my channel in any way. You get inside information. You find out about my family life. You get to see bits of crafting that I don't show on my channel, or things that I'm thinking of putting on my channel, and you get first look at it, or you get a say in what I do sometimes on my channel. So that's all in my Patreon. You do not have to join. There's 3 tiers, so if you go onto that, you can have a look and a browse and see. But all that money goes back into the channel, so I can bring you more things, so you can decide by looking at what I show you, yes, I like it, or actually no, I'm going to save my money. I'm glad I didn't buy that. So hope it helps. But with that said, look after yourselves, take care, and most importantly, stay safe. Love you all. Bye for now.